Hello again. I'm glad to be back with you again for another story. I'm in my garden again, and the daisies have bloomed, and it's a hot, breezy summer day. I hope that you're enjoying this hot, warm summer weather. The book I've chosen is called I Love You, the PURPLEST, and it's by Barbara M. Joosse, and it's illustrated by Mary Whyte. And this is a story about summer, about fishing, and about a mother and her love for her boys. So I hope that you enjoy this story as much as I do. So we can now begin. I Love You, the PURPLEST by Barbara M. Joosse, illustrated by Mary Whyte. Early in the evening, the brothers and their mama finished supper in the sturdy red cabin and set out to fish. The lake slowed its thrashing to a soft, even beat. The mosquitoes dipped low to the water, and the water bugs skittered on top. The moon glowed on one side of the lake, while the sun shimmered on the other. This was the time when fishing was best. Max exploded from the cabin, twirling the shovel in front of him. Mama came next, and then Julian. Julian shut the door tightly to keep it safe from the burglars and the bears. Julian scooped the dirt to find the fattest worms. Max jumped on the shovel and flung dirt into the air until a tangle of worms filled his can. "Mama, who has the most worms?" he asked. Mama smiled. "Max, your can is full of the liveliest worms, and Julian, your can has the juiciest." Max, Julian, and Mama stepped into the small wooden boat. Julian took one oar, and Max took the other. Julian planted his blue boots wide and took deep, even strokes. Max braced his red boots against the ribs of the boat and stroked quickly through the water. The brothers' faces were hot, and they gulped at the air. Julian gasped, "Mama, who's the best rower?" Mama's eyes grew soft. "Why, Julian, you took the deepest strokes. And Max, your strokes were fastest." The three fished until the stars sparkled in the sky and water turned dark as night. In the end, Mama caught one fish, Julian caught one fish, and Max caught 3. "I'm the best fisherman," cried Max, hoisting the fish in the air. Julian pushed his hat brim low on his face. 3 fish! What a bountiful fisherman you are," said Mama. "And Julian, you're the cleverest. Your fish hid in the weeds, but you waited, and when your bobber jerked in the water, you kept your pole high, and you reeled in a fine, fat fish." When the fishing and the baths and the stories were done, Mama tucked the brothers into bed. Julian slept in the top bunk, and she looked up to kiss him good night. "Mama," whispered Julian, his hands forming a tunnel around her ear, "who do you love the best?" Mama thought for a moment, and then she whispered, "Why, Julian, I love you the bluest. I love you the color of a dragonfly at the tip of its wing. I love you the color of a cave in its deepest and hidden part, where grizzly bears and bats curl up until night. The mist of a mountain, the splash of a waterfall, the hush of a whisper." The breath in Julian's chest grew and grew and grew until he couldn't hold it any longer. And then it came out in a long, velvety sigh. Mama crouched low to the bunk where Max slept. Max wiggled his finger for Mama to come close. He whispered, "Mama, who do you love the best?" "Why, Max, I love you the reddest. I love you the color of the sky before it blazes into night. I love you the color of a leopard's eyes when it prowls through the jungle, and the color of a campfire at the edge of the flame. A wide open hug, the swirl of a magic cape, the thunder of a shout." The smile on Max's face grew and grew until his cheeks couldn't hold it in. And then it came out in a big, thundery laugh. Later in the evening, the brothers and their mama slept, one in the top bunk, glowing like the evening moon, and one in the bottom bunk, shimmering like the evening sun, and Mama in the big bed, dreaming of the boys she loved the best. Well, the story is finished. I hope you thought it was a beautiful story. I'll see you again next week with one more story. And then after that, we can begin our summer program about saints, about the St. Patrick, St. Valentine, and St. Teresa of Calcutta. And after that, those 3 lessons in godly play, we are going to do some stories about prophetic modern voices and heroes. There's packets available to accompany the stories, so please let Herlinda know if you want one. And I hope that you get to participate, and I will see you soon again next